G'day, I'm Master Spoon, and today I'm going to be talking to you about bleeding the brakes on your pit bike. Now the bike we're using today is a Pit Pro XR140, my personal bike. Now the tools we're going to need to do this is a 3mm Allen key, that's to get into the rear brakes, a Phillips screwdriver, that's to get into the front brakes, a bit of clear plastic tubing. This one's got a 5mm inside diameter and is about 1 metre long. It needs to be a tight fit over the bleed nipple for it to bleed properly. We're also obviously going to need our brake fluid and something to drain the old brake fluid into. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, we're going to start with our front brakes here. Now first thing we need to do is get into our front reservoir. Now they normally have 2 Phillips head screws at the top. You undo them and just pop the cap off. Sit it upside down somewhere just out of the road. Now if you have a look down into your master cylinder, you see that little hole on the left hand side there. Now that's actually the intake for your master cylinder, so try and make sure that that doesn't run out of fluid or you will get an air bubble in your system. So from there we head back down to the wheel. Now I've already put my hose on the bleed nipple. Now it is quite a tight fit, so you'd have to push it, but you will get it on there. From there you want to aim to have your hose go above your caliper but below your master cylinder. So to do this I've just routed it up across the forks a bit, just poked it through and then routed it back down into my drain tube. So that should sort of keep us out of trouble and stop it running away. Next step is you want to undo your bleed nipple. Now I've already cracked this with the ring end of the spanner. Just crack it and then just nip it up gently. Once you've done that you can just use the opened end. You want to hold your hose because otherwise it's going to try turn, and undo it about 1 full turn. So once you do that, you'll notice that the fluid will actually start to come out by itself. So what you want to do is grab your brake fluid and head up towards your reservoir. Now if you give your lever just a couple of sort of half pumps and you'll push the fluid through a bit quicker. What you want to do is try to get your fluid quite low so it will actually get rid of the old fluid, because we're getting rid of the Chinese fluid and trying to put some better fluid in it. It will take a little bit to pump it through, but it will get there. Like I said, it will take a bit. Alternatively, you can actually just leave it. It will come through on its own accord, but it'll just take you a little while. So we'll just keep pumping it through. You'll notice that the original fluid in it is a yellowy colour. The fluid that I'm putting in it is actually a greenish colour, which does make it a little bit better for checking when we've gotten rid of all the old fluid. So we'll go back up and we'll just pump our master cylinder through nice and slowly. You only want to give it about half pumps because that's your normal travel of the actual lever. If you take it all the way and your brakes have got a bit of dirt and stuff built up in the master cylinder, you scrape the seals over that and you can quite possibly damage your seals, and then you'll be up for a new master cylinder. So like I said, this does take some time. Just be patient. Okay, we're back again. Now I've let about 5 master cylinders full of fluid run through, and as you can see down here in our hose we've got a nice green fluid coming out. Previously, like, the old fluid was white, so clear, so it's showing that we are getting most of the new fluid through and it is coming out good. We've got a nice steady drip down the bottom here, which is showing that our fluid's running fairly cleanly from our master cylinder down through our lines, through our caliper, and then back out our bleeder. It means we've got all the fluid out of the system and we do have good brake fluid through it all. So that's our front's done. You just want to hold your line again and then just nip your bleed nipple back up. When you take your hose off, it's going to try squirt everywhere on you. Just try to do the best you can to stop it going all over your bike. And from there you just have to top up your master cylinder, put your cap back on and just check your brakes are all working fine. We'll go on to the rears now. Okay, we're going to do the rear brakes now. The technique we're going to use here is more useful if you have boiled the brake fluid and the original method doesn't work. Normally you can crack it and it will come through by itself. If it doesn't, you're best off reverting back to this method. Now we start under your 2 Allen key bolts and just pull your reservoir cap off. Once again, just sit it to the side out of your way and check your fluid levels. As usual, we're taking it across to a better fluid, so if you just top your fluid up, keep an eye on your little intake pot down the bottom, because that's where it's going to be going down from, and if it goes through there, you're going to have to start all over again if you get a bit of air through that. So what we do is we push our brake pedal about halfway down and just crack our bleed nipple. Tighten it up again, let your pedal up. Once again, we're only doing about halfway down because we don't want to push it through its full extent of travel, because if we do have some junk in the master cylinder, it can damage the seals. So if we just repeat the process, push it half down, crack your bleed nipple, tighten it, let it up. Pedal half down, crack your bleed nipple, tighten it, let your pedal up. So we keep doing this. Keeping an eye on your master cylinder level, and we'll slowly push the fluid through. Do this once again just till your fluid starts to come out clean. With this one we are running a green fluid as our replacement fluid as opposed to our clear from our original fluid. So just when it all starts to change colour, you've got that. Okay, we're back again. Now I've put enough fluid through, we're getting a nice good clean green colour through here. With most of them you'll find all you have to do is you push, crack it, tighten it, do it about 6 to 12 times, and you'll find after that if you crack it and just leave it open, the fluid will flow through by itself. Tends to be the easiest way to do, so you don't have to sit there pushing down, cracking and all that. It just takes a little bit of time, you let it come through till it's nice and clean. Once it's nice and clean, tighten up your nipple again, drop your hose off and try not to get too much fluid everywhere. Top up your reservoir level, put your cap back on. Once you've got everything nice and tight, just go and give it a quick rinse. The brake fluid can eat through your paintwork, so it is, but it does come off in water. So it's just a good idea just to give your stuff a quick rinse, but try avoid getting water in the actual reservoirs, because brake fluid's hygroscopic, and when it absorbs water, lowers its boiling point and your brake fluid dies out a lot quicker. So once you've done that, check all your brakes work properly and then go out and ride. That's all for me today.